tandem, hic equus irratissimus domum recurre quiepit, ehu. Aurelia Anglicae dixit. You can read about the year 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what abbreviation OP period, CIT period means? Any questions about the way I read questions tonight? Excellent. So again, players, on toss-up questions, remember you don't want to get called for consultation, so no verbal consultation or gestures, non-verbal, any kind of non-verbal communication. So pretend I have a horn coming out of my forehead, so just look at straight at me, okay? At all times, no looking at other players or talking as well. And coaches also and audience members, make sure you're not doing anything that can be construed as consultation with us players up here, so no like or question. Okay, even though you guys are behind. What's that?
Do exasperated size count?
Depends on how exasperated it is. Okay. All right. So, and again, there also should be no exclamation about consultation or anything having to do with rules or procedures. We're going to do our very best to try to monitor that from here, and that's why I have someone to help me here. Okay. And also, again, the moderators, we do have the discretion to make rulings in the rounds, and so if there's any issues that you believe we can give the right judgment or any other comments or complaints, please direct them to the Certamen chair. So captains, go ahead and raise your hand, please. Player 3, player 2, and player 2. That's awesome. And team A, you're from? Texas and Virginia, so Team Beta. Okay, Team B. Maryland. Which one? Gold. Okay. And?
Maryland purple.
Congratulations. Awesome. Okay, we're happy that you're here.
I'll start.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do a buzzer check now. All the ones. Good and clear. All the twos. Good and clear. All the threes, good and clear. All the fours, and there's no C4, go ahead and clear. And everybody but C3, you win, good and clear. And all the team A buzz in, A2, you win. So 3,000 points for Gryffindor, and 2,000 points for Hufflepuff. Okay. All right, and we're just waiting for the go-ahead. So.
And
all right, we
yeah.
have to go ahead.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So this is the 2024 NJCL Certamen Advanced Division Round 3. The study of the humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This Certamen round contains mention of violence. As always, please take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content. Toss-up number 1 for any player. Well, author praises the valor of the military tribune Quintus Caedicius and quotes his own speech for the
C2, Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar's incorrect place.
No signal.
I'll go ahead and repeat the questions for teams A and B only. Well, author praises the valor of the military tribune Quintus Caedicius and quotes his own speech for the Rhodians in his 7-book history on Rome's beginnings, titled
A2.
Livy is the incorrect place. Go ahead and clear. I'll read the question for Team B. Well, author praises the valor of the military tribune Quintus Caedicius and quotes his own speech for the Rhodians in his 7-book history on Rome's beginnings, titled Origines. What author praises the valor of the military tribune Quintus Caedicius and quotes his own speech for the Rhodians in his 7-book history on Rome's beginnings, titled Origines?
B2.
Cato the Elder.
Cato the Elder is correct. Your first bonus, Team B,
When did he do that?
Maryland Gold. Cato's work mentions very few people by name, perhaps because Cato did not want to glorify powerful individuals, since he himself was a novus homo from what city?
Defer to B1.
It's time to guess Arpanet.
I'm sorry, Arpanet is incorrect. The correct answer is Tusculum. Second bonus. Among those mentioned by name is what man whose praetorship marks the work's end?
Who was the pro? Yeah. Who was earlier than him? Who was Cincinnatus or something? Who's a prior? Who's any prior?
I need an answer, please.
Cincinnatus.
I'm sorry, Cincinnatus is incorrect. The correct answer is Sulpicius Galba. So 10 points for toss-up number 1 for Maryland Gold. Toss-up number 2 for any player. Make the Latin phrase atrox lampas accusative singular.
A3.
Atrochem lampam.
Sorry, atrochem lampam is incorrect place.
No signal.
Go ahead and clear. I'll repeat the questions for teams B and C. Make the Latin phrase atrox lampas accusative singular.
C3.
Atrochem lampatem.
Could you repeat your, actually could you spell your last word?
Lampatem.
Sorry, that is incorrect place.
No signal.
Go ahead and clear the board. I'll read it one more time. Make the Latin phrase atrox.
B2.
Trochem lampatum.
I'm sorry, atrochem lampatum is incorrect. The correct answer is atrochem lampada or atrochem lampa. Yeah, the lampas is a Greek word. Okay. So no points for toss-up number 2. We'll move on to toss-up number 3. Toss-up number 3 for any player. Could you wait until switch back? Thank you. Toss-up number 3 for any player. Provide the Latin term for the item that was given to a pupa on her dies lustricus, along with a praenomen to welcome her to the family and protect her from evil magic. I'll repeat. Provide the Latin term for the item that was given to a pupa on her dies lustricus, along with a praenomen to welcome her to the family and protect her from evil magic.
A2.
I'm sorry?
Lunala.
Yes, lunula or lunala. Okay, fine. Or it could have said bula as well. Okay. Your first bonus. How long was the period of primordia between birth and the dies lustricus?
I defer to A2. 8 days for girls.
Okay, that is correct. And second bonus. What did the paterfamilias do during the susceptio on the day of a child's birth?
I defer to A2.
Like writing in the books or tablets.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So the susceptio is like lifting up the baby, and so by that act, the paterfamilias recognized it, acknowledged it. Okay, so 15 points on toss-up number 3 for Team Beta. Toss-up number 4 for any player. When recognized by the spotter, make the sound of the animal that is being described. Hoc animal saepe cum amicis venator totam per noctem. Lunam admirator. Pecora cum
A4.
Awu.
That is correct. Luceon in formam huius animalis mutator. Yes. Awu is right. Okay? I was hoping for more like, "Ow," but okay. Your first bonus, Team Beta, make the sound of this animal after conferring with your team. Hoc animal ingentissimum apud animalia terrestria est. Proboscidem longam habet, et numquam obliviscitur.
Can you repeat, please?
Hoc animal ingentissimum apud animalia terrestria est. Proboscidem longam habet, et numquam obliviscitur. I need an answer, please.
I think it's the second. Like, isn't there just one?
Yeah, just.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that.
It's the sound.
Yeah, you needed the sound. Okay. Well, okay. So let's try this one. Finally, make the sound of this animal after conferring with your team. Hoc animal apud paludes habitat. Peritissimum est, et saliendi et netandi. Quadam in fabula Graeca chorus est qui cantat. Bread, coax.
Could you repeat the question?
Make the sound of the animal after conferring with the team. Hoc animal apud paludes habitat. Peritissimum est, et saliendi et netandi. Quadam in fabula Graeca chorus est qui cantat. Bread, coax.
Time.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Ribbit. So it's Aristophanes' frogs. So in the chorus sings in the frogs, in the play, like in that comedy, they're all singing. All right. So, but good job on the toss-up. 10 points for toss-up number 4. Toss-up number 5 for any player. What creatures were eaten by wild animals on Mount Olympus after they themselves had eaten Abderus while Heracles was retrieving them from the king of the Bistones as his aid labor? Repeating. What creatures were eaten by wild animals on Mount Olympus after they...
C2.
The flesh-eating horses.
I need more information.
The flesh-eating horses.
Sorry, that is incorrect. Place?
A3.
The mares of Diomedes.
That is correct. Your first bonus, Team A. According to Diodorus Siculus, how did Heracles calm the mares so that he could transport them to Eurystheus?
I defer to A4.
He fed Diomedes to them.
That is correct. Your second bonus. On his way to Thrace to capture the mares, Heracles saved what queen of Thessaly from death after he drunkenly interrupted her funeral?
Can you repeat the question?
On his way to Thrace to capture the mares, Heracles saved what queen of Thessaly from death after he drunkenly interrupted her funeral? I need the answer, please.
Defer to A4.
Aurelia.
Start with the same letter. Alcestis.
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. All right. So 15 points on toss-up number 5.
Score check.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Team A has 40 points. Team B has 10 points, and Team C has yet to score.
Okay. All right. Still 300 points out there. Toss-up number 6 for any player. Listen carefully to the following passage about Certamen, which I'll read twice, remembering that tineo means to buzz, and then respond in English to the question that followed. The questions that followed. Olem erat rogandum visuale, queos imago impariete projecta est. Moderator legere coefit, quid subito plurimis certaminatoribus simultaneantibus destitit moderator et incredulus a discipula prima responsum postulavit. Illa Claudius inquit. Repeating. Olem erat rogandum visuale, cuius imago impariete projecta est. Moderator legere coefit, quid subita plurimis certaminatoribus simultaneantibus destitit moderator et incredulus a discipula prima responsum postulavit. Illa Claudius inquit. The question: why did the moderator stop reading?
A4.
Students buzzed in at the same time.
That is correct. Students buzz in at the same time. Your first bonus, Team A. The passage continues. Moderator stupefactus recta est inquit et velocior quam Atalanta mihi vix credibile est. Nam moderator nescivit verba rogandi impariete videri posse. How does a moderator figuratively describe the player's speed in buzzing?
Faster than Atalanta, final answer.
That is correct in your second bonus. How did the students know the answer so quickly?
The question was on the wall, final answer.
That answer.
Sure, I'll take that. The questions were on the wall, of course. 20 points on toss-up number 6 for Team A. Toss-up number 7 for any player. For the verb gaudeo, give the second person plural perfect indicative form, which means in English,
A3.
Gaudevimus.
so gaudevimos is in correct place.
No signal.
Go ahead and clear the board. I'll repeat for teams B and C. For the verb gaudeo, give the second person plural perfect indicative form, which means in English, you all have rejoiced.
B1.
Gaudevitus is in correct place.
C3.
Gaudistis.
So gaudisis is incorrect. The correct answer is gaudisi estis. It's weird. It's gaudeo, gaudere. Validates the soon, so that is called semi-consonant, that little perfect tense form, sorry. No points for 7. Toss up number 8 for any player. What author, brought to Rome as a boy by his aunt despite illness, learned from Papirius Fabianus about Stoicism, which he featured in his works like De Ira and Epistulae Morales? What author, brought to Rome as a boy by his aunt despite illness, learned from Papirius Fabianus about Stoicism, which he featured in his works like De Ira and Epistulae Morales?
A2.
So Quintilian is incorrect place.
No,
Read the question twice.
C3.
Virgil?
I'm sorry, Virgil is incorrect place. Okay, go ahead and clear the board. I read it
Oh.
twice. Oh.
A B just did, but yeah.
Okay, so who was?
Marcus
Huh.
Aurelius.
Sorry, Marcus Aurelius is incorrect. So that would be 2. Okay, so Marcus Aurelius is incorrect. The correct answer is Seneca the Younger. Okay? Alright, so no points for toss on number 8. Let's move on. Toss on number 9 for any player. Which 2 of the following Latin words are synonyms? Addo, opto, incipio, lego.
A3.
Opto and Lego.
Opto and lego are correct. Your first bonus, Team A. Give a Latin synonym for incipio.
Coipio, final answer.
Sorry, I cannot accept that. It's a weird defective verb, so it's just coipi. Yeah. It's that perfect tense form that's used in present tense. So, alright, so try this one though. Second bonus. Give a Latin antonym for addo.
Recipio, final answer.
Recipio, I believe I can take. Okay, so 15 points on toss-up number 9. Alright, toss-up number 10 for any player. On what island did Theseus retire and die several years before Thetis left the young Achilles there to hide out in disguise as a girl? On what island did Theseus retire and die several years before Thetis left the young Achilles there to hide out and in disguise as a girl?
C3.
Naxos?
So Naxos is incorrect place.
No, C1.
Good and clear. And I read the question twice. I'm going to call adequate.
A3.
Crete.
So Crete is incorrect place. Okay, good and clear. I'm going to call adequate.
B2.
Kerkere.
Say that one more time.
Kerkere.
I'm sorry, Kerkere is incorrect. The correct answer is Skiros. The Skiros. Alright, so no points for 10, and the scores at the halfway mark.
Team A has 75 points, Team B has 10 points, and Team C has yet to score.
Alright. Toss-up number 11 for any player. What 2 men, while supposedly serving an unprecedented 10 straight terms in their office, abolished military tribunate. Could you wait for a moment?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll start over. What 2 men, while supposedly serving an unprecedented 10 straight terms in their office, abolished military tribunates with consular power and allowed one consul to be plebeian in a set of namesake laws enacted by 367 BC?
A1.
Licinius and Senex.
place?
Oh, B1.
Cineas and Sextius.
Licinius and Sextius is correct.
That's crazy.
Alright, so bonus number 1 for Maryland Gold. Laws that abolished lending with interest and specified that one consulship must be held by plebeian were passed by which tribunus plebis in 342 BC? I need the answer, please.
Defer to.
Sextius.
I'm sorry, his name is Genukia, so this is Lex Genukia. Try this one. What year marked the first time in Roman history when both consuls were plebeians?
Yeah, 260.
I'm sorry, 260 is incorrect. The correct answer is 172 BC. So 10 points on toss-up number 11 for Maryland Gold. Toss-up number 12 for any player. What mythological item was taken from an offspring of Poseidon and Theophany?
B3.
Golden flakes.
Who traveled from Orchomenus to Colchis, where Phrixus dedicated and Jason later stole it? The Golden Fleece is correct. And you have won the visual.
Oh,
You now have 5 seconds to inspect the visual. You are looking at 2 pieces of pottery representing scenes in the story of Jason. In image 1, if Jason is labeled A, what mythological character is labeled B?
I don't know this one. I can't. What does he know? Does he write about it? Oh, wait. Does he ask for that? Oh, no. Defer to King Aeetes.
I'm sorry?
King Aeetes.
I'm sorry, Aeetes is incorrect. The correct answer is Peleos. Try this one. In image 2, what mythological character is labeled C?
Defer to Phineas.
I can.
Phineas.
Phineas is correct. So 15 points on toss-up number 12 for Team B, and you know the drill.
Ooh.
Very good. Nicely done. Toss-up number 13 for any player. From what Latin noun with what meaning is molecule?
A3.
Answer, please. Time, place.
B2.
Mala meaning apple.
Sorry, mala meaning apple is the incorrect place.
No C.
I'll repeat, going through the word, I'll repeat for Team C. From what Latin noun with what meaning is molecule derived? From what Latin noun with what meaning is molecule derived?
C1.
Melius.
Okay. Is that your complete answer?
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So it's from moles, meaning mass or heat. Okay, you know,
That's my first guess.
like molecule,
Yeah.
mole, like Avogadro's
6.02
number,
times 10 to the 20.
right?
6.02.
Times 10 to the 23rd,
I had that as my
right?
first answer.
Okay, so no points for 13, but toss-up number 14 for any player. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Skisne, kur, odium, belly, habeam.
B1.
Do you know why I hate war? Like why I have a hate of war?
Place.
A1.
Do you know why I hate having war?
Place.
You say go.
I'll repeat for Team C. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Skisne, kur, odium, belly, habeam. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Skisne, kur, odium, belly, habeam. I'm gonna call.
C3.
Do you know why I have the smell of wood?
Sorry, that's incorrect. So I'm going to go back to Team B. I'm going to go ahead and read you the bonus questions, and we'll talk about whether or not we can take I hate war. The reason is because it's a translation, even though that expresses idea, but you know it was I have a hatred for war.
Oh,
When we're
I thought
translating, you
like
need to
corrections.
try as literally as possible, but because you finished your first answer, you went back. If you said, do you know why I had, let me start over, why I have a hatred for war, that's fine. But because you said, do you know why I hate, that's one thing that part I need to deliver. You need to deliberate that first answer. I think we can take it, but I want to make sure I check with the other groups first. Okay? But try this one. So for the two bonuses, go ahead and read, I'll read that to you. So, translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Timeo ne hostes nocte se moveant.
Could you repeat
The Latin.
yeah, the one.
Timeo ne hostes nocte se moveant.
I'm gonna be yeah, because it's good.
I need an answer, please.
Differ.
I fear that the enemies are moving themselves at night, or that the enemies.
I'm fine with that. I fear that the enemies are moving themselves, or you can just say are moving. It's just one of those like
Yeah.
an English thing. Okay, at night. Try this one. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Turba hic manebit dumodo orator bene dicat.
Could you repeat that?
Turba hic manebit dumodo orator bene dicat. I need the answer, please.
The crowd will remain here while the order speaks well.
Could you will remain here? The next
will
word.
remain here like for
No,
like,
no.
a while.
What did you say after the word here? Will remain here.
Oh, while the
Okay.
order speaks well.
That's why I thought you said. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. So do modo is one of those crazy words that introduces what's called a proviso clause. So it's like provided that, or as long as. All right, so crowd will remain here provided that, or as long as the orator speaks well. All right, so possibly 15 points, but right now no points will toss up 14 for Team B. And just to kind of explain the situation also for Team A. So your response is I hate having war, which is incorrect. Like it cannot be translated that way at all. And then you gave a wrong definition of word, and so that's why I went back because their answer is only valid. That's why I didn't read all the bonus questions. Okay. All right. So possible 15 points. We'll see. All right. Toss up number 15 for and go ahead. Toss up 15 for any player. Men, including a tetrarch of the Asian kingdom of Galatia, a politician accused of poisoning, and the gang leader who brawled with Clodius, were all defended in court by what orator?
B2.
Cicero.
Cicero is correct. Your bonus, Team B. Cicero effectively acts as a prosecutor rather than a defense lawyer in what series of 14 speeches that contributed in large part to his execution in 43 BC.
Philippics.
The Philippics is correct.
If you said
Your
it.
second bonus. In another speech delivered after his consulship, Cicero offers a defense of the citizenship of what man, as well as a defense of the practice of literature itself.
Of what?
Literature.
Defense of the practice of literature itself.
Could you repeat the question?
In another speech delivered after his consulship, Cicero offers a defense of the citizenship of what man, as well as a defense of the practice of literature itself.
Who was the writer after Cicero?
I need an answer, please.
Horace.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is Archias. So it's in his Pro-Archia. Cicero wrote that to defend Archias' man. So 15 points on toss-up 15, and the scores at the three-quarter mark.
Team A has 75 points, and Team B has 50 points. And Team C has yet to score.
Hurry.
Toss-up number 16 for any player. What two-word Latin phrase refers to a unique or prodigious occurrence, giving rise to the concept of a black swan, and was originally coined by the poet Juvenal?
A4.
Rara always.
Rara always is correct. Your first bonus, Team A. What other phrase, also first said by Juvenal, means a sound mind in the sound body?
Mens sana in corpore sano, finally.
Mens sana in corpore sano is correct in your second bonus. What other famous Latin quote is used to convey that everyone has their own taste? Answer, please.
Qui suam.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The phrase, the expression we're looking for is de gustibus, known as disputandum. But if you had said suum cuique, I probably would have taken it. I think that's what we're looking for. So 15 points on toss-up 16 for Team A, Beta. Toss-up number 17 for any player. Writers in what genre, also called reciniata, included an equestrian from Caesar's era?
C3.
Comedies.
Sorry, comedies is the incorrect place.
No signal.
I'll finish the question for teams A and B. Writers in what genre, also called reciniata, included an equestrian from Caesar's era and Publius Cyrus, who incorporated the exaggerated gestures and silent action that later dominated it?
A3.
Satire.
And so satire is incorrect place.
No signal.
I'll repeat for Team B only. Writers in what genre, also called reciniata, included an equestrian from Caesar's era and Publius Cyrus, who incorporated the
B2.
Melodrama.
Sorry, melodrama is incorrect. So the correct answer is mime.
Okay.
All right, so no points for 17. Move on to toss-up number 18. Toss-up number 18 for any player. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Quo ire debes, si vis sedere, prope scaenam et actores spectare. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Quo ire debes, si vis.
A3.
Theater.
Theater is correct. Say de re prope scaenam et actores spectare. Alright, your first bonus, Team A. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Quem locum Romae vites, nisi fremitus, e quorum et aurigarum te delectant.
Circus Maximus.
The Circus Maximus is fine in your second bonus. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Ad quem locum necesse est vobis ire, quamquam nolentibus, si criminis terribilis damnati estis.
Could you repeat the question?
Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Ad quem locum necesse est vobis ire, quamquam nolentibus, si criminis terribilis damnati estis. I need an answer.
Jail.
Jail is correct. 20 points for 18. Toss-up number 19 for any player. What lyre player is you? Sorry, let me start over. What lyre player used his prodigious musical?
C2.
Nero.
Sorry, Nero is incorrect place.
B2.
Orpheus.
Orpheus is incorrect place.
No Z.
Okay, go and clear the board. I'll repeat for Team A. What lyre player used his prodigious musical skill to move the rocks that built the walls of Thebes, while his brother Zethus was carrying one rock at a time by hand? What lyre player used his prodigious musical skill to move the rocks that built the walls of Thebes, while his brother Zethus was carrying one rock at a time by hand? I've read it twice. I'm going to call adequate time. His name is Amphion. Alright, so no points for 19, and the scores before the last toss-up.
Team A has 110 points, Team B has 50 points, and Team C has yet to score.
Okay. Toss-up number 20 for any player. What emperor instituted a system of state-owned workshops called fabricae that supplied the military, divided up Italy into 12 dioceses, and passed the edict of maximum prices during his reign?
A1.
Answer, please.
Diocletian.
Diocletian is correct. His reign from 284 to 305 AD. Your first bonus, Team A. What city did Diocletian besiege for 8 months in order to defeat a rebellion led by Domitius Domitianus and Aurelius Achilles?
Ravenna. Final answer.
Sorry, that's incorrect. The correct answer is Alexandria. Try this one. Diocletian Let me start over. Diocletian famously retired on May 1st, 305 AD, leaving what city which served as one of Rome's 4 satellite capitals during the Tetrarchy?
Byzantium. Final answer.
So Byzantium is incorrect. The correct answer is Nicomedia. So 10 points on toss-up 20, and the final scores are?
Team A has 120, Team B has 50, and Team C has yet to score.
Okay. All right, so I'm to remind Marilyn Gold report to Walters 307 at this moment in time. We're going to read you a replacement toss-up question from yesterday. So if you could go ahead and report, I'm not sure if Mr. Moore notified. Did you get a? Okay.
I was going to talk to him about this after this.
Yeah. So if y'all could go ahead and head on to Walters 307.
No, I think it's Friday.
Friday?
Yeah, but
Because I think there's a 40. No, I know. I was just saying it's funny.
I'll give you here for just a sec.
We didn't have to